Super 8 camera. Video camera. Polaroid camera. So with all of my cameras, I went to the most secretive country in the world. My name is James Page. I'm British born, American raised, and I am obsessed with North Korea. Growing up, I heard stories of a hermit kingdom. Stories about a dictator hell-bent on destroying the world. Stories of brainwashed people and starving children. And stories about a showcase capital where there were no old, pregnant, or disabled people. These stories we hear about North Korea make it easy to disconnect from the people who live there. I went to North Korea to see this world made of myths and legends. This is one of my tour guides, Mr. Park. He didn't want to be in front of the lens. He wanted to be the cameraman.
Yes, try it.
This is my other guide, Mr. Kim.
I just one Polaroid and then just filming across that. Is that okay?
This is a special service.
So a photo from here is okay? I just really like I really like this panorama here. Is that okay?
No.
That's okay.
Oh, your it's the farmers. Farmers yes, it's the man, the women.
Alright, never mind.
I would soon learn that this polite look meant, please turn off your camera right now. Goni was the first South Korean I had ever met. For Goni, and most South Koreans, it is virtually impossible to go to North Korea or communicate with the people there.
North Korean people used to be depicted as some kind of animals or monsters. I would have been very suspicious by government or whatever because I'm hanging out with you who's been to North Korea. Seriously, James, I'm not joking. Yeah.
On my first morning in North Korea, I wore my best suit. Kim asked me why I wanted to film the hotel corridor. I told him that in the West, some people think that North Korea doesn't have electricity, but I wanted to show them that you do.
It's amazing.
Very amazing and very interesting. We visited here to know the Juche idea and about also the story about the world and independence.
That's perfect.
James.
Hello.
Hello.
That's the thing, I like recording people
Yeah.
and things, but I don't like being in front of the camera. I guess I'm nervous.
What is the impression of our country, especially here?
Especially here, I think it's probably one of the most interesting places I've come to visit. in my
Yeah.
life. Definitely.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, we were showing these photos to my dad, right?
Mhm.
And then he was saying, yeah, if it was like 7 or 10 years ago, yeah, you wouldn't have even been possible to see this anything like photos of photos of like North Korea, like this, the statue, which is designed by Kim Jong-il.
Holding up that Polaroid, Goni reminded me of something Kim Jong-il once said. Great ideology creates great times.
What I was taught about anything of North Korea was all negative. We used to write these essays or paint the poster, like semi-propaganda post against North Korea. You use more green rather than red. And then I remember when you're children, you have very simple ideas of color, right? Something represents something. It's really simple. And then for us, red always represents North Korea or communism. And then green, blue, white always represent peace, us. Exclude North Koreans.
Kim told me that despite both countries' political differences, that the Korean people longed for reunification.
And they have flags writing that independence, peace, and great national unity. You can see the flag, a child is hanging, and that is we call it the reunification flag.
Goni told me how North and South Korea don't have the same name for Korea. In the south, they call themselves Hanguk, and in the north, they call themselves Joseon. But there is no name for a united Korea. The night before I went to North Korea, in Beijing, Goni and I decided to go to a North Korean-run restaurant. This would be the closest we could both get to seeing North Korea together. And the first time Goni would speak to a North Korean.
예약을 오늘 저녁에 예약을 좀 하려고 하는데요. 15811 5 No, 아니요. 5요, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 예. 15811 115 아니요, 5요, 5. 네. 115 5, 5요, 5. 네. 321 07 네. 네네네. 네. 아, 예. 감사합니다. Oh, it's so strange. Oh, James is so strange. She's got this proper North Korean accent. Oh, it's so strange.
They just hear the North Korean accent.
Yeah.
Imitate.
5 is 5, 8 is 8. No, that's 5요, 5. 네? 8이요? Oh, it's so strange. Oh, I thought, yeah, I spoke to a North Korean woman.
In the taxi to the North Korean restaurant, Goni told me how only outside of Korea could North and South Koreans ever have the chance of meeting, and how strange it felt to be doing this.
장군님, great, dear general. 바치시는 사랑의 한샘, love, forever, 영원합니다. 저 처음 보셨을 때 제가 바로 보자마자 남한 사람인지 바로 알았는지 궁금하다고.
누구를 보세요?
저를 보자마자 바로.
네, 맞습니다.
바로요? 어떻게 제 옷이나 그런 것 때문에 그렇죠.
네,
머리도 그렇고 헤어스타일. 예, 근데 저 남한에서는 저 친구들이 저 북한 사람 같다고 그래요. 북한 여자 같다고.
그랬어요.
예.
근데 생긴 거는 상관없는데 그 행동 자세라든지 아니면 우리
because of my behavior, my attitudes. Yeah, but she can't tell from my face.
Yeah, hang on.
I just has 2 saving cards. Just off the
Honey, how's it hearing Ariane sung by North Korean to you?
It was. Every time Korean people get really emotional, become really emotional when they sing or listen Ari랑, whether it's South Korean or North Korean people. And it's weird. It's just weird. Like, yeah, having North Korean food in Beijing with you, whom I met in London, like, and then, you know, it's so weird.
They're not having it, man.
Watching Goni see a North Korean for the first time made me wonder what kind of impression I would make on my North Korean guides.
You know what a final farewell is? Do you know?
No.
Well, before I go on a roller coaster, just in case it crashes, I always say goodbye.
I told Kim about my South Korean friend Goni. Kim seemed wary about asking about a South Korean. I wondered what it must be like to hear about people from the South through the words of a foreigner. As with Goni, I wondered what Kim's thoughts were on the other Korea.
Cooperation, like soften it. it basically soften peace and help. And you should never be cheated by imperialist. Never.
Do you think that's me? I'm all nice and like free, like happy and kind, but really I'm mean imperialist bastard.
Of course, yes, James. That's you.
Besides the lack of advertisements, there seemed to be no shortage of posters, films, and songs celebrating the leadership of the Kim family.
저기요. 성우야.
I asked Kim about Kim Jong-un succeeding his father, Kim Jong-il, who in turn succeeded his father, Kim Il-sung. He said, "James, I know you don't mean it, but in our country, Koreans find it very offensive when foreigners talk about succession in such a way." I told him that in England, we talk about Prince Charles or Prince William succeeding the Queen, and I was curious if this were the same in North Korea. Kim and Pak took me to Manyongdae Native House, the birthplace of Kim Il-sung, and hallowed ground to all North Koreans. Kim told me to drink from the family well, as it would make me strong and wise. I wondered if Goni were here, if she would drink from Kim Il-sung's well. Goni told me that after Kim Il-sung died in 1994, North Korea went through a famine, known in the north as the Arduous March. Stories of starving people were some of the first things I had ever heard about North Korea, and while the Arduous March officially ended in 2000, stories of this period still haunt the image of North Korea to this day.
James, what are you eating?
Persimmon fruit.
Persimmon fruits are produced in our country, especially in 천삼리.
천삼리를 방문한 기념으로 해서.
That is a very good memory for the visiting the 천삼리. It is good or not?
Very, very good.
Very, very good. Lovely jubbly.
Lovely job. I can see why Kim Il-sung was so proud of this film. They're very, very ripe.
Yeah, thank you.
I asked Kim what he ate during the Arduous March. He told me that because of American-backed sanctions, him and his family would have to dig up tree roots, boil them, and have it as soup. I asked him for how long he had this. Kim said, about a year.
빨리 뛰가라, 야! 하나 천천히 뛰가야지. 3, 2, 1, go!
In filmmaking, it is said that what we choose to leave out is just as important as what we choose to leave in. Goni had told me about the North Korea she had been told of, but Kim and Pak was showing me the best of North Korea. Hearing two accounts of the same place made me wonder how I would draw my own opinion of their country and how Kim and Pak saw me as an outsider. It's okay if I film you? It was Kim and Pak's job to show me the best of North Korea and watch over me, But this was the first time that they had allowed me to watch them.
So now I was saying, well, we all have dinner tonight together.
In the restaurant, at the restaurant near the hotel. Okay.
Together?
Together.
If you all don't mind it, I'd like to have it together.
Yeah.
Enjoy eating.
Yeah.
Everyone's about no more.
In Beijing, Connie had told me about the story of Arirang. She told me that Arirang is told in both North and South Korea, and is the story of two lovers separated by forces beyond their control. I got to watch this song being performed at the Mass Games, the largest gymnastic spectacle in the world. I struggled to decide which camera to capture the Mass Games with. Super 8 camera, video camera, Polaroid camera.
I really like this panorama here. Is that okay?
No, okay.
I think if people in my country just saw, Korean people just being as they are, I think they would think that everyone was a lot more normal,
It was on this pier that I had my first real chance to walk amongst Koreans going about their evening.
컨트롤 두고 가져야지. 너무 수덕이네.
대학적에 살았어요 이거요.
This robot is very good for cleaning the liver.
Say hi, Kim.
Hello. Especially for Connie and for James, this is good memory for us. As I said, when James visits our country, I said James is not a tourist. He's never English tourist. He's the friends because we are almost at the same age. So Park and James and I are the friends. Okay, Connie? If you come to our country, I will try to do everything for you as possible as I can. Please come to our country and I will be a good guide for you. I hope that I wish it.
Yeah, it's this communication we had 3 years. I mean, yeah. I appreciate this. Yeah. Oh, it's moving. I'm attached. Can I say I'm touched? Attached?
You could say touched.
I'm touched. Yeah. And oh, it's I wish I could meet him. That's all I can think about right now.
It is easy to label the unknown as evil, dangerous, or bizarre. But sometimes what we know, or what we are told, stands in the way of what we might discover. I could have seen North Korea as a country where people only suffer under a cruel dictatorship. I could have seen the socialist paradise that North Korea wanted me to see. But I think I saw something in between. Sometimes the stories worth telling start from our own experiences.
Come on, you have to sing for me as well. See, there's a rank.
It is a frightening thought that any government is capable of moulding who we are and how we think so successfully. But neither Kim nor Park tried to brainwash me, so who was I to try to free them?